The Federal and Devaki Specialty Hospital jointly present the Madurai Marathon 2024 Run for Health on Sunday, October 20th, 2024. Entry is free for all.
Why do exit polls go wrong? We receive the numbers right after the last phase of voting is done, and it is pretty important too in some aspects. Why is it important? Because the exit polls data can even shake the markets. For example, the 2024 Lok Sabha exit polls. As exit polls on June 3rd predicted a return of the Modi government at the centre for third term, markets recorded an overall gain of more than 11 lakh crore rupees in investors' wealth as the BSE, Sensex and Nifty zoomed more than 3%, which was the highest single-day gain in 3 years while closing at lifetime highs. However, as the counting of votes commenced on June 4, the stocks witnessed a bloodbath unlike in the last 4 years since the COVID outbreak. Sensex fell by a massive margin of 4,389.73 points on the results noon, while Nifty saw a drop by 1,379.40 points. It led to a total loss of over 32 lakh crore rupees in investor wealth. First up, it's important to understand that exit polls are just a study and not a poll in itself. Several factors could impact the accuracy of the results. For example, the time of day during which the sample is taken. Experts say that mornings and evenings are crucial periods that provide a larger sample space.
For an opinion poll, you'll have a longer period where you can actually go out and reach out to people and get a lot more information and data. Whereas on an exit poll day, it's literally about voters who've been to the booth, who are stepping out and then getting their opinion out there immediately after them having casted their vote, right? So it's quite an extensive task. You'll have to have a geographical, demographical spread, and there are also time periods in the day. You will see morning 9 o'clock before 11 a.m. before the heat kicks in, a lot more vigorous polling, and then immediately thereafter at post lunch 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock another pool of vigorous polling. So these are crucial time periods. So the number of respondents that you are able to capture solely depends on the budget that's available and then the geographical spread of the constituency. Certain assembly segments have widespread geography of north to south axis running up to almost 100 kilometers in some cases. Whereas you'll have certain densely populated urban seats which can be covered in no time. So it's the geographical spread humanly what is possible with the team and the budget that's available, which technically gives you technically would like to have a larger sample for a closest accurate representation.
Well, the Haryana election sprung a surprise as Congress lost in what was expected to be an easy poll win for them. Instead, the BJP won comfortably in the end. Why did the exit polls get it wrong? Arun Krishnamurthy says the results were closer than expected in several constituencies, and these fine margins go uncaptured in the exit polls. Why does that happen? When the pollsters prepare the data, the closely contested seats are handed in favor of the party with a better vote share. But what about cases where exit polls are far off from the actual results? Case in point being the Lok Sabha polls from 2014 and 2024, 2017 Uttar Pradesh Assembly elections and several other instances.
Pollster overconfidence and a centralized approach, not being out in the field as much, and assumptions that they know the constituency is very much a reason as to why this could go wrong, because the way you choose your sample and where you're going to get your sample actually matters. It could very well be this. Let's say there are 3 players, A, B and C. A might have so many voters, B might have X number of voters, C might have Y number of voters. What if B's X voters came out in bulk and voted, and C's voters actually wanted to vote but did not vote? All this actually gets captured in a poll when it's properly micromanaged and done on field. If it's a centralized newsroom approach, things do go wrong.
Collecting exit poll data requires heavy deployment of personnel. And also, there are several other aspects like the respondents being willing to answer the questions and whether they are truthful in doing so, etc. But how much deployment is required to cover a constituency?
An assembly constituency with almost 2.5 lakh voters, where you are having, let's say, 60 to 70% turnout. To cover such a constituency, you will definitely need 20 to 22 people.
All right. There are several factors that influence the outcome of an exit poll. But what are the steps that need to be taken to get an accurate result? After all, we've just seen how exit polls can cost crores of money being lost by investors, how that can make a pollster cry live on TV.
Definitely a greater grassroots connect, right? Less dependence on technology and greater dependence on geographical spread and the demography. And the third being local knowledge. We can't go with a centralized approach. Local knowledge of that particular constituency is crucial for us to know where to get the sample from.
The Federal and Devaki Specialty Hospital jointly present the Madurai Marathon 2024 Run for Health on Sunday, October 20th, 2024. Entry is free for all.